Have you ever heard anime sound something like this?
お前のそういう妄想力ってヤオイ好きの女子も底のけだよな。
ヤオイ？何それ？
So in this video, I'm going to introduce you to some of the most important terms you should know when watching anime. And to start off, let's use a term that you've probably heard before, weeb. Weeb or weeaboo refers to someone who's obsessed with Japanese culture, particularly in anime. And this was used a lot more in the 2000s, 2010s to bully people. But nowadays, since people have reclaimed the word, it's just used to describe someone that watches a lot of anime in a nice way. But talking about anime, the most popular type of anime falls under the category shonen anime. The quintessential anime to describe shonen anime is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball. Ball, balls, and shonen means little boys. Okay, that was a bad introduction, but shonen really does refer to young boys, and shonen anime refers to anime that targets them. That also doesn't sound very good. But basically any big action anime or most anime where the love interest is a girl, you can just be certain that it's a shonen anime. And add a few extra points if they always talk about the power of friendship. Now for the next term, the opposite of shonen, shoujo, and this refers to anime that targets young girls. These more have a focus on love and emotion and sexy men. A lot that tend to be clinically insane. But I mean, if you are looking for attractive guys or magical girls or those deep emotional stories, then shoujo anime could be a pretty good pick for you. But if you're looking for more men, then perhaps yaoi anime could be the one for you. Yaoi anime, more commonly known as the gay anime. Okay, probably not, but I mean, it sounds pretty funny. But yaoi anime is an anime that mostly showcases intimate romance between men. And now take note that I said mostly because of this shit. And whilst yaoi can range from actually good shows with a solid plot to wishing Japanese was just sometimes untranslated, what is common amongst yaoi anime is hearing terms like uke and seme. These terms uke and seme are really popular, and they are the Japanese equivalent of pitcher and catcher, where the pitcher, the seme, is the one shooting the seme, and the catcher, the uke, is the one taking those shots in. Which essentially means the seme is typically going to be your more aggressive character, whilst the uke is going to be looking very submissive and breedable. Now on the other side of the gay coin, we have yuri, or girls love anime, a fairly unpopular genre with only around 100 anime made, where instead of guys, it's girls. And it's about the love and relationship between girls. But especially compared to yaoi, it tends to be a lot more pure in terms of a physical sense, which may be why it doesn't get as much anime. But whilst in terms of physical intimacy it lacks, it can go from some very cutesy, heartwarming fun to some of the most toxic relationship stuff I've ever seen. Now, let's get on to the children. Lolly. This refers to a character that has the figure of a prepubescent girl. Now the lolly doesn't have to be young, but they just have to look young. And oftentimes anime displays lolly characters in a romantic and intimate manners, so you're kind of playing chicken with the law, where it's like, oh yeah, some are above age, but then a lot aren't above the age. In fact, very underage. So let's play a little game. Underage, 1,000-year-old demon lolly. Pretty simple, right? Now, a term that you'll hear alongside lolly is the term shorter, which is basically the male equivalent of lolly and the less popular of the two. And this refers to a character that has the figure of a young boy. But with anime, there are so many teenagers that look like they would be the multiple-time winner of Mr. Olympia, or they look like they are old enough to pay their own child support, that you can be assured when you see a shorter in anime that they are most definitely underage. No 1,000-year-old demon lolly to bail you out this time. No, but seriously, I'm pretty sure a lot of these characters are taking trend. But moving on, harem. By now, you've probably noticed, hey, all of these terms are Japanese. I mean, that's a lot of Japanese in a Japanese show. Anyway, harem is an Arabic term coming from Arabia or something. And harem anime refers to when multiple girls fall for the main character at the same time. And the plot of harem anime is going to be focused around this concept. And it will surely have a lot of drama, a lot of romantic moments until the very end where the main character chooses one of them. Or in some anime, they might have the fabled harem ending. And this is where the main character dates everyone in the end and everyone's happy. This ending is also labeled as every guy's fantasy, but personally, I enjoy the hurt. Now for one of the most possibly important terms that you definitely need to know, ecchi. Ecchi refers to the best genre of anime, where fan service is prominent and a core part of its identity. But what does fan service entail, you say? Well, boobs, butts, thighs, feet, armpits, and somehow even more. But trust me, even though ecchi shows exist to show off fan service, some of them really do have good plot. Anyway, ecchi is the Japanese way of saying the letter H. But what does the letter H stand for? Hentai. Hentai is essentially just anime characters doing it. Have you ever watched an anime and saw two characters that had such good chemistry and then nothing happened? Well, hentai is them doing it. Hentai will have fewer episodes than anime, but most of the time I don't even get past the first minute anyway, so it doesn't really concern me. But this means it will have less plot and character development, stuff that I'm all sure we cared about. And so the difference between ecchi and hentai is that ecchi is more softcore. In ecchi anime, you're not going to see nudity. Well, I mean no sexual intercourse of any kind. Okay, maybe there isn't much difference between ecchi and hentai nowadays anyway. But that's it. Did you recognize all the terms in this video? Because if you did, click on the only other video that I've made right here, because I bet you're not going to know any of the terms that I've said in that video.